name's Bryson Hooker, and this is my geography project over the Rideau Canal in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Here's the introduction of the Rideau Canal. It is a man-made canal water system that is located. It starts in Canada's capital, which is Ottawa, Ontario. It's 7.8 kilometers long in the city of Ottawa and the greater area. However, it spans a total of 202 kilometers from Ottawa all the way to Kingston, Ontario. During the winters, it's used for tourists, and some people even use it to get to work, strapping on the skates and skating to their job. Other uses throughout the whole thing include fishing, hiking, cycling, canoeing, skating, skiing, snowmobiling, and much more. Also, boating and taking people on ferries is common use. History of the Rideau Canal. It was built in 1832. Its purpose originally was if Canada were to ever break out into war for the U.S., it would be a way for supplies to be shipped up and down from Ottawa to Kingston and hopefully help Canada win the war. And it is also used as a slack water system to calm rapids, and it has locks and dams and all sorts of areas to help calm the waters. There's an image of a bunch of locks in the city of Ottawa. For our geographic themes, looking at location, the absolute location I just picked where it starts in the city of Ottawa, latitude 45.4222, and the longitude's negative 75.6917. So relative location, I went with length again. It's 202 kilometers long. Interestingly enough, it takes up to 1 week on a boat trip to get all the way down from Ottawa to Kingston with all the locks and river systems. This is going at just a generic speed, not obviously a full speed ferry. And from Canada's Parliament building, which is their equivalent of like their White House and their Capitol building, it's located 0.1 miles from that, and City Hall. Next, we're looking at the geographic theme of place. So as you can see on the map, it is in Ontario, which is cold for most of the year, and the rivers and canals are no different. Looking at fish and wildlife, they have some fish we have here, but mostly colder fish that like colder water and have skin built for colder preferences. Smallmouth bass, pike, walleye, yellow perch, and muskin luge, which is the largest freshwater fish you can catch in Ontario. The largest one caught was around 8 pounds, I believe. But for like a freshwater game fish, that's pretty big. Wildlife in the river, loons, blue heron, osprey, frogs and turtles, and as always, Canadian geese, just not in the wintertime. They fly south. Water flow. So the water starts at Ottawa, and it flows all the way down to Kingston. It connects the Ottawa River, which if you look right by Gatineau in Quebec, it connects that waterway all the way down to Lake Ontario. And if you look Montreal, the big St. Lawrence River connects as well. But yeah. Next, we're looking at geographic topic, human-environment interaction. So the biggest use by humans is during the winter, and it's skating. It's been dubbed the world's biggest ice rink with the skatable length of 7.8 kilometers in Ottawa. On Google, it said about 92 Olympic-sized ice rinks are the total equivalent length of the skatable, and that is huge because Olympic ice rinks are like 200 by 180 feet, I believe. The canal is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it is skatable between January to March. It is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. However, there are some implications where huge trucks have to plow the snow and clean the ice, and other operations. Some Zambonis go on there every now and then. But the ice gets so thick in the winter because it's just so cold that you can drive huge trucks on there and have no worries about it breaking in. And you can see a bunch of people skating with the Parliament building in the background right there. Next, we're looking at the geographic topic of movement. It helps transport people to work who want to skate to work. It moves the flow of water southwest from Ottawa to Kingston. That's the 145 kilometers exactly, but the river flows 202 kilometers. Looking at the halfway point, Smith Falls is the halfway community, and it has a waterway pass that passes right through the middle of town. Geographic topic region. So the starting point's Ottawa, Ontario. We'll dive a little deeper. Ottawa is the capital of Canada. However, it is not the capital of Ontario. That is Toronto. The Parliament building, as stated, is in Ottawa. And the National Capital Region has an area of 4,715 kilometers squared. So it's a big area. The midway point is Smith Falls, as stated before. Smith Falls was created actually during the possibility of a war with the U.S. In Smith Falls, there's antique boat locks, heritage waterfront houses, and canal-related museums. It's about a 1-hour drive from Ottawa, but a lot of people take the ferry as well. Some people kayak and canoe it. I wouldn't really skate it because some parts there are waterfalls and locks and dams, as stated, so it'd be hard to do. And the finishing point is Kingston, Ontario. It's located in eastern Ontario. It has an area of 450.5 kilometers squared. It's the resting place of Canada's first Prime Minister, Sir John A. Macdonald. It connects the Rideau Canal with the St. Lawrence River, which then flows into Lake Ontario, which is located right by Kingston. Lastly, my personal reflection. On this page, these are photos of me skating in Palmer Lake, Colorado. It's a lake right in the middle of the Rockies, as you can see in the background. And being on the UNT ice hockey team and also a citizen of Canada, this interests me very much because, the ability for water to freeze, like at -10 or -20 Celsius, and you just be able to skate on it just a few weeks later, that's really cool. And you can drive huge trucks on that, and it just won't break. And also, the Rideau Canal was man-made. It was like 202 kilometers of man-made waterways. That's really impressive. And the locks and dams and stuff, while not as impressive as like the Panama Canal, it's still really cool for being built in the 1800s. So it's not as modern as Panama's, but it's still really cool. Plus, a lot of business. People can skate to work, so that's really good for like the economy and stuff. Not having to drive your car saves a lot of gas, and people can also build relationships, and families can go out and skate. People play hockey just like me in the pictures on it. It's really cool, and it adds a lot of charm and beauty to Ottawa as well. Thank you guys for listening.